Smug, self-righteous bastards. The men of letters.
Does she know that the Winchesters are men of letters?
Yes?
Oh, your father.
Pardon
I hope
me?
you've got a long time in that
I thought it was the
chair.
other way around. Just
So, I'm here to clean house. I need to get some things off my chest.
All right, continue.
It's the women, Father. Where do I begin?
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned as usual.
right. Good. Yeah. So
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
I mean, you know how it is, the sex, the lasagna, but I was not honest with her.
I do love
sometimes I
lasagna.
was seeing 2, maybe 3 girls at the same time. Sometimes in the same day. You get the picture.
Is this guy, like, the trigger of it all?
Is there anything else on your mind, Agent Allman?
Plenty.
What have I said? I didn't want to die. Yet. You know, that I wasn't ready.
Are you expecting to?
Always. You know, the life I live, the work I do. I pretty much just figured that was all there was to me, you know? Tear around and jam the key in the ignition and haul ass until I ran out of gas. I guess I just thought sooner or later I'd go out the same way that I live. Pedal to the metal, and that would be it.
But now?
Now, recent events make me think I might be closer to that than I really thought. I don't know. I mean, there's things, there's people, feelings that I want to experience differently than I have before. Or maybe even for the first time.
Yeah, I'm just starting to think that maybe there's more to it all than I thought.
Do you truly believe in God, Agent? Because that can be a comfort.
I believe there is a God, but I am not sure he still believes in us.
Great. There she is. Did she maybe not strike then against Dean because there was other people around? Mind you, no, because she possessed a couple.
One night I snuck out a window and made my way to his studio. I'm not sure why I went. To confront him? To ruin the painting and destroy his love the way he destroyed mine? There they were.
Uh-oh. So she decides to kill? This chick wasn't even with this guy. She needs to chill. Oh my gosh. You might be in trouble, sister.
I never mentioned her to you because it didn't occur to me she was connected with the murders.
Ever since I've been here, I've come across restless spirits of all sorts. They're all kind of sad, harmless. And eventually the poor things go to their final rest.
Wait a second. So you're just comfortable around ghosts?
As a spiritual person, I've accepted many planes of existence.
Oh,
and as I
okay.
said, they've all been harmless.
Oh, you little liar, you. I believed you.
Piero's death was so
Burn the
horrific.
journal.
She was convicted of witchcraft. They sentenced her to burn at the stake.
Okay, well, she burned, and so would her bones.
Yeah, but then something here is the tether that ties her to this place.
It's probably the journal where she wrote about her life.
Or any of those bits.
Why don't we
Just
see if
burn
we
it
can't
all.
find Isabella and try to slow her down. And Sam, burn all this stuff.
Her journal? Is that necessary?
Believe me, it's necessary.
Well, I don't know, Dean. I mean, there might be more in here.
Sam, burn it.
Just photocopy it. Quick photocopy session, then burn it. Job's a good in. Never worked in an office.
Oh, poor Rowena. Always the victim of one conspiracy or another. You're so consumed with your rise to power, you can't see the truth.
See the truth, and it's pathetic. You let these men of letters pillage the greatest trove of magical secrets in the world, and did nothing.
Oof, that one's gotta hurt.
How do I find the men of letters?
I don't even know if they exist
Your
anymore.
son?
I'd heard that the American chapter was extinguished in the 1950s. But apparently, 2 of its members survive. The Hunters, Sam and Dean Winchester.
The Winchesters. Again with the Winchesters. Perpetually the Winchesters.
What is she going to do with this info? I can't wait to find out.
What you're telling me is that the Coven is no longer all-powerful and therefore that you are no longer useful.
You better be careful, Rowena. There's a line that cannot be crossed. Witch on witch murder is anathema to the community.
The community? Who needs them? To think of all the years I've lived in fear for nothing. You ruined my life, all of it. And you shall pay with yours.
She knows now, isn't she?
Rowena, please, you don't want to
She's
do
a
this.
goner.
Please, Rowena, don't do this. Rowena, please.
I don't think she's listening.
Satiatus letum qui cruciante! I haven't thought this through. Why should I kill you and give you an easy way out when there are far better options? Fatum tum est iter sine terminum ad. Rowena, kill him! Genius.
What did you do?
Can ghosts be shot?
This is rock solid. If we spot her, it'll slow her down.
And as the days passed, my love for Piero deepened, as did his belief in my powers as his muse. He said he wanted something from me, something he could barely give voice to. He thought the effect I had on his work was profound. He had never painted so well before. He asked if he might have a bit of my blood to mix into the pigment. Piero was so afraid it would hurt me. I told him, on the contrary, it was my great joy to do this.
Damn it. It's higher up, isn't it? It always comes from higher up. Do we trust this sister?
But it wasn't enough.
I told Piero to grind the flesh, blood, and bone into the pigment. I had completely
ruddy
become
nutter.
one with the painting. And with Piero.
It's the painting. Is the painting in there? Jesus. Never mind reading, just rip them all apart.
She got to follow Delaney. She's around here somewhere. We gotta get you out of here. Come on.
She can't be trusted. This is why you should always trust your gut, people. Oh, yikes. Or does she just possess her quickly? And she could be... Yeah, that's what happened. She possessed her. I've been so slow. Sorry, guys. Maybe don't trust your gut always. Well, I feel very stupid. She turned you into a hamster.
You're drunken.
Is that her?
Poetic justice, if you ask me. For hundreds of years, those hags made me grovel. Every attempt to please them futile. High time someone else ran in circles, eh?
What a legend.
These friends of yours, the Winchesters, I hear they are, what you call it, men of letters?
Possibly.
I see. Well, about that,
Listen, we've been through this. My relationship with the Winchesters is my business. I'll handle them. I'm not killing them.
All right, dearie. Of course. Whatever you say.
Uh-oh.
You know, you were in that confessional a long time. Look, man, I'm just saying, I'm your brother, Dean. If you ever need to talk about anything with anybody, you got somebody right here next to you. I heard what Sister Matthias was saying about, you know, hiding pain by taking on a mission, and I know that's what you're doing a little bit, and it's okay. I mean, it's fine, I get it. I've done it before too, but I don't buy for 1 second that the mark is a terminal diagnosis. So don't go making peace with that idea. There has to be a way. There will be a way, and we will find it.
Yes,
That's what we do.
Yes.
So believe that.
Okay, Sammy.
You wanna
Say it with feeling.
try that again like you mean it?
Okay.
There is no hope. He has no hope. It makes me sad. So again, we have Dean doubting himself and the mark as well, that this is the end of him. And I loved that scene of Dean in the confessional booth as well. I love when he gets so heartfelt, because we don't really see him open up and speak his truth, his honesty, because he's always either putting on a front for everyone else's sake, and sometimes his own sake as well, or he's trying to laugh it off as a big joke, or try and soften the blow for Sam to protect him, obviously, or keep things from Sam to protect him, should I say. And when he just opens up like that and lets everything come out, I think it makes those scenes just that much more powerful, because he so rarely does it. Does that make sense? I also love Sam being the one to stand by Dean now and fight for him, because Dean has lost all of his hope now. And it's nice to see that Sam hasn't, and he's willing to do anything to save Dean. And he's continuously trying to find research, information, anything that can just solve this huge problem with this mark that's just following him about. He's waking up with it every day. He's battling every single day. You can't blame the guy for being tired from that, especially listening to what Kane had to say as well. Those words during that Kane and Dean face-off was just so heavy, and they're gonna weigh on his mind 100%. And I hope that Sam's light can save Dean from the darkness. That sounded so lame, but I hope you guys know what I mean. Like, if I think of Sam from like the earlier seasons, he was just the light and so empathetic and heartfelt, so heartfelt. Obviously things along the seasons and years have hindered him, and he's had some huge obstacles to overcome, huge ones. So it's nice that we're getting our Sam back, that Sam that we grew to love in the earlier seasons. It's just so nice to see, especially because just like Dean has all of his life protected Sam, and yes, some things that he's done were questionable and Sam disagreed with, but when it comes down to it, like it does now, Sam is there to repay that protecting and saving favour. He's keeping that fight alive, and we need it. I think if Sam was also lost or in a bad place like he was in the previous season, because that was a very scary place that he was in, if he was still there right now, there would be no more Winchesters, which is terrifying. Because Sam wanted to say goodbye to the world. He lost that light, he lost himself, he lost the fight, the will to continue. Luckily, Dean was still willing to fight, and now the roles have completely reversed, and it's now Sam that has to bring Dean out. And I think this show is just so powerful, and I love it, and I hope you guys have made sense of my random rant. But before I call this one the end of my breakdown, I've got to quickly discuss Rowena. I love her, guys. I do. Like, this character is just so interesting. She's just so much fun. I love her humour and her manipulation to get what she wants. It's just funny to watch. Obviously, I cannot relate to her at all. And I think that's why I love her so much, because there's always that side of you, that dark side, that sometimes you wish was just a little bit more confident and strong and creeps its head now and again. But obviously the light side, the Sam Winchester side, pushes the Rowena down and you continue your life holding your head high. But there is that Rowena in there that sometimes you just wish you could set free. And she just doesn't hold back for anyone, does she? She is her and she doesn't apologise for it. And I think that's hilarious to watch. I think those sorts of characters, the ones that I least relate to, are the majority of the time the most interesting to me. So I cannot wait to see what she's going to do with this information, knowing that the boys are men of letters. And the bunker, because Crowley's been to the bunker. He doesn't know where it is though, because he's usually blindfolded, right? But whether he stays strong and decides not to give that information away will be interesting. Obviously he says, I'll deal with the Winchesters, because he isn't over the fact that Dean lied to him. I know that. He is hurt by that. So maybe we have to worry about Crowley as well as Rowena, and especially if Rowena gets her own way and gets in his ear, we are going to have some trouble on our hands for sure. But other than that, this episode, again, Monster of the Week, but with just that bit more grit, which I love. I enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. If you did, please give it a cheeky thumbs up and subscribe, you know, if you want to, but there's no pressure here. This week, I'd like to give a very special shout out to AngelDove. I know I've given you a shout out before, but I feel like it needs to be solidified again, and I cannot thank you enough for all of the help that you've given, especially here on YouTube with my edited reactions to Supernatural, because I know without you, I wouldn't be this far along, because it takes time, guys. The filming, the editing, the technical side as well, like everything adds up and it just takes time, and especially if you have a job and a family to raise as well, it gets a little bit messy. And Dove, you have been my absolute angel, so thank you so much for all the help that you've given. And please everyone, go and check out her channel. I will leave a link in the description, the top line. You won't be disappointed, because you're here for Supernatural, so you love the show. You will love her edits, you won't be disappointed. Let her know that you've come from me as well, that'd be amazing. But yeah, thank you so much. Please everyone feel free to check out my Patreon, and I have plenty of videos on there, extended and exclusive content as well, so if that's something you're interested in, check out that link. I also have my PO box and my social media links in the description as well. I also have a second channel. I don't think many people know about that yet, but I am in the works of taking more time to add content onto there as well. Some Pokemon openings, some gaming, some live streams. So yeah, check that out if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all again soon for the next one. Bye guys.